Teaching of Ivan Mikhailovich, Russian physiologist and psychologist. He developed a national science theory of mental regularity of behavior, relying on his discoveries in the field of psychology of the nervous system. He put forward the proposition that all acts of conscious and unconscious mental life are reflected in their structure and dynamics. In his case, the reflex was interpreted by him as the coordination of movement with signaling feeling. Vygotsky Lev Semyonovich, prominent Soviet psychologist. He, his school, students, and followers have a central role in the development of Russian psychology in the Soviet period. He developed the doctrine of the development of heightened mental functions in the process of individual-mediated development of cultural values by an individual. Бажевич Лидия Ильинична, Soviet psychologist. The main range of interest of Bajevich is child psychology. In this area, Bajevich wrote works on the problems of the development of the child's personality, the formation of his motivation, on the experimental study of affective conflicts, self-esteem, and dynamics of the level of claims in childhood. Бехтерев Владимир Михайлович, Russian neurophysiologist, physiologist, and psychologist. He developed objective method for studying the neurophysical development of children, the relationship between nervous and mental illness, physiopathy, and integral diseases. The clinic and physiognostic of holy conscience described a number of forms of obsessive states, various manifestations of mental automatism. Rasalima Grigorий Ivановich, Russian neurophysiologist and psychologist. In order to diagnose individual mental properties, he developed a methodology for their quantitative assessment. He identified 11 mental processes, which in turn were divided into 5 groups: attention, receptivity, will, memorization, associative processes. Benedict Spinoza, Dutch philosophy. According to Spinoza, man is an integral natural being in which the soul and body, as attributes of a single substance, are independent and determined by the same natural causes. In his opinion, the order and connection of ideas are the same as the order and connection of things. George Herbert Mead, American physiologist, psychologist, philosopher, and social psychologist. He experiences the ideas of pragmatism, emphasizing that consciousness has an instrumental nature, that is, it's a means of adapting the individual to the environment. Edward Bradford Teachin, American psychologist, the leader of a structural school which considers psychology to be the subject of consciousness studied by dividing into elements what is given to the subject in his introspection in order to then find out the universal laws by which the structure is formed. John Watson, American psychologist, founder of behaviorism. In contrast to introspective psychology, he proposed to rely solely on objective methods, the requirements for which are developed in the natural sciences. He understood human behavior from birth to death as a subject of psychology, and contrasted predicting behavior and controlling it as the main task. Based on the theory of the physics, the development methods of behavioral physiotherapy. Erich Fromm, an outstanding thinker of the 20th century, who largely determined the public mood of his era. Fromm analyzed the type of social characters formed by various types of culture, showed the role of the humanistic, and come to the conclusion that a person can, and therefore must, control his own mind and will with both the entirely authority of authority and the animus under a public opinion.